welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Brownwood Lions Coach Show here on KOXE. I'm Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett. 2 days away from the district opener against Big Spring, homecoming. So how you feeling about things, Coach?
Well, you just got butterflies going on a little bit. No, I'm excited. Our kids have practiced well. Hayes almost in the barn. They're excited about district, feel confident in who they are and what they've done. We've learned some good lessons from last week and how we can compete at a certain level when we put everything together and how we can't compete at a certain level when we don't put things together. So I think there's a lot of things that we drew from last week, and we're ready to move on and head into district and see if we can get our first victory and get close to that goal of winning the district championship.
We talked a little bit about Big Spring Monday, but of course we'll talk about them a little more today. Off to a 4-2 start. They've played pretty good defense, but last week they gave up 63 points. So what did you see on film from their defense last week?
They played Seminole last week, and Seminole's a good football team. Seminole beat Andrews earlier in the year. They beat Big Springs last week. They aired out throw the ball a lot. They got a good offensive line. They got a really good quarterback, Seminole does, and we're able to keep them, have some big plays against Big Spring. Same thing against Andrews. Defensively, they're sound in what they do. They got some good skilled kids, got a good defensive line, so that sort of gave them some fits. And of course, Big Spring got behind the chains on some penalties and were forced to make some deep throws. Talking about Big Spring, they're big. They got a big group. They play, a lot of them play both ways, and they all play a lot of kids. They mix in a lot of kids in and out. The quarterback's not a big guy, but he's an operator. He throws the ball well. They don't throw the ball down the field as much as they do side to side. They do a lot of screen game stuff, but they will throw the ball down the field and have a couple of guys that can make plays. So they're definitely a threat. They've scored about as much as they've given up. Defensively, they're big. They'll bring in a platoon their kids on the D-line. Their linebackers are big. They've got some good cover guys that can run well. So they're a balanced football team. Comparison-wise, I'd compare them to a Burnett, a team that we have played in the past. I would compare them to something like a Burnett team. Capable of beating anybody at any time. They have a good record. What did you say they were?
4-2. Yeah, 4-2.
I think they dropped their first game to Pampa, who's a good football team, and then they dropped this game last week. But we're going to have our hands full. We got to do what we do. We really feel like we can run the football against them. I think that we'll be able to dominate up front with our offensive line. And Colin does a great job running the football, runs with power. And then you can put Logan McKibben back there, and he brings a different element to it. He's a little I don't want to say squirrely is not the word for it, but he's a very elusive, sort of jitterbug type running back that does a good job. And then receiver-wise, we'll have Thad Hines will be out for a half. He got a personal foul ejection last week, so he'll have to sit out the first half. But we got Braden Dobb and Jordan Leach and Jason Jackson back, so we'll have a good receiving core. We plan on being a lot of tight end snooper stuff with Taylor Besson and Trent Lofton, so we feel good with our game plan and what we're going to try to do with them defensively. I think they'll have fits with our three up front. A good chance that Cole Miller may not play, which hurts us, but we'll adjust and move people around. Trent Lofton did a great job coming in and played 3 quarters last week against Stephenville and did a good job. And then, of course, we got Logan Nice going to play nose for us. He's a big kid. He's hard to move. And then, of course, our standout on the D-line, I think, is Quentin Carty. He's just a force to be reckoned with. He does a great job. He's got great fast twitch muscle fibers for a big kid. And, we have to block him all week with our offensive line, and he gives them fits. So that does our offensive line good to have to go against him every day. So we feel solid there. Our linebacking quarter, I think, is extremely strong with Chance Jones, Sam Coleman, and Stevie Ramirez. We have moved Hayden Dean to the outside linebacker position. Maybe a better fit for him. He's been playing safety for us. And then on the back end, we still got our corners are Marcelo Hooker and Jordan Nickerson, who's still going to have a cast on. He's got a broke knuckle, but he'll be able to play through that. And then Case Markham hopefully will be back. We're still not sure if he's going to be back or not. Hayden has done an outstanding job. Jake Chaton is growing as a player, is getting better every week. So we feel pretty confident that we can go out there and make them fun for football and get more possessions and maximize our opportunities on offense.
You talked about last Friday against Stephenville. You weren't tickled with the way y'all ran the ball. How much have y'all emphasized that this week to get back on track?
Number one, it's just the conversations that our linemen have with Coach Denard and their goals and getting refocused. And I've seen a little bit of them being on edge this week, getting frustrated at things that weren't successful, sort of holding each other accountable. Not scuffling, but just communicating with each other. Hey, we got to get better, and holding each other accountable, and sort of being stern about what they're doing. So they have big hearts, and they took it serious when they didn't feel like they played to their potential against Stephenville. And like I said, plan on them coming out and dominating up front. If we do dominate up front with our offense and defensive line, I think we'll be successful.
We've talked a lot about the change in defense this year, and of course, with 5 guys on the back end, how much does that help y'all going up against an offense like Big Spring that likes to throw pretty much every play?
Yeah, I think it's a benefit because, we feel like we can put 5 in the box and still be successful. We feel like we can play man coverage against them, maybe, bring a little bit more pressure to the quarterback and not let him have an opportunity to just sit in the pocket and throw the ball, but feel real confident if we want to drop into man 2 free or just straight man and let those 5 guys up front go do their thing. We think we can do that too. What I don't think we can do is just set in zones and give him all kinds of time to throw, because when he does that, I mean, you look at him, he's not a specimen or anything like that. He's just an operator, and he gets the job done. Doesn't have an outstanding arm, but will get the ball where it needs to be, and he'll throw a deep ball when he has to, and is confident in it and does a good job with it. So he's just an operator. So we're going to try to make him uncomfortable, not give him all kinds of time to throw the ball. I think they're going to struggle running the football, and that's our goal. If we can eliminate that phase of the game and make them throw it, we feel like we can be successful as well. If they want to continue to throw the ball, we'll mix up our coverages enough that we'll keep him unbalanced and try to heat him up at the same times, or maybe they change their tone to feel like they have to run to be successful. So our goal is to keep them off balance and definitely take away one phase of their game and make them really focus on the other. And if we know they're focused on that, we sort of have an idea of what they're doing. It's going to make us better as well. So our defense will be up to the task. We'll have some different guys in there because of the injuries. And, Colton McMillan's out again. Did something to his leg, probably a hairline fracture to his fibula. So he'll be out again. So we're just thin at the moment, but it's the next man up. And like I said, people have been going in there and practicing hard, and they want to be successful. Know it's a big night. It's homecoming. There's going to be a lot of people there. I know there's a lot of class reunions going on during homecoming, so it's going to be important for us to go out there and put a quality product out when those people come that hadn't been back home in a long time. I want them to go out there and see our football team and remember what it was like when they were in school and see the same type product, a group of young men that play hard, play with grit, play with a lot of class.
Right. We want to remind everybody kickoff's at 7 o'clock now, 7 o'clock the rest of the district,
From this point on through district, I don't know once if we advance to the playoffs what the schedule will be then, but district policy, district rules will set that all games will kick off at 7 o'clock. So make sure that you understand that. If you want to get tickets, they went on sale today, and there's a lot of people getting tickets. So you need to get on those. That's 8 to 12, 1 to 4, and that's that's Wednesday, Thursday. You can get those tickets 8 to 12, 1 to 4 again. Friday, you can get them from 8 to 12. Again, Lisa stopped selling them at 12 on Friday so that she can get to the stadium and get everything set up. And I did want to mention to everybody while we're talking about it, it's extremely important to us. Any road game that you travel to, which would be Andrews or next Thursday at San Angelo, if you will come to the office and purchase your tickets from us, pre-sale tickets, that'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 to 12, 1 to 4, and on Thursday it'll be 8 to 12 because, of course, we're traveling and we have the game to get to and all that. But all the proceeds that we purchase tickets at home, if I can say this properly, if we purchase tickets from ourselves, we get the money. We don't have to give the money to San Angelo. We don't have to give the money to Andrews. You also don't have to pay the little surcharge that comes along with buying it online. If you don't get your tickets from us at the athletic office, you still can buy a ticket at the gate, but all those proceeds go to their school, and you have to pay the surcharge for each one of those tickets bought. So if you will do us a favor and come by the athletic office next week, and then, of course, when we go to Andrews and purchase your ticket, and even if we pre-sell tickets, we're going to sell tickets here, but any road game, if we sell those tickets at home and take that ticket to the game, a hard ticket, just like they've done in the old days, we get all the proceeds of that, and it goes back in our athletic department. So that's it. I have never seen that in 30 years. Dr. Young and I sort of looked at each other after we've been to those meetings, and that's what they do, and we're just like, man, I've never seen that before, but it'd be a great benefit to us for our people that are traveling to those district games if you'll purchase those tickets at the athletic office.
Also Friday, we've got the Gordonwood Hall of Champions dinner. What's 11:30 at the
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock at the Methodist Church.
Mm-hmm.
The 1970 state champions, Jess Rathke, Benny Garza, Lee Grimes, and Kenny Vaccaro are going in this year.
A great group of guys. You know, we'll be there. We take the team there to get to be a part of that and see those guys that have come through that are entering the hall that and seeing what they've done after, you know, their career and their program and what the program has done for them. It's always great for our kids to see that and have a vision, and for a lot of them to have hope that maybe one day they can enter that Hall of Champions. So that's going to be a big deal for us. That's, you know, during the day, so we're going to get to do that, and I really like that for our kids. It's a pretty special event, so that'll be going on as well.
All right. Well, Coach, we had some sports going on last night, so fill us in on that a little bit.
Yeah, volleyball went to Mineral Wells and dropped their match. At the opportunity, we felt like we could get a win. They just didn't perform to their potential, so they dropped that match. So hopefully they can get that thing turned around. And like I said, they're young and they're going through a lot of growing pains right now, and their numbers aren't extremely strong, but they're really working hard. So I'm really pleased with what they're doing. You can only do the work and let the rest sort of take care of itself, but find a way to play at our peak potential on game day, and maybe have an opportunity to pick up some of those games the second round. Congratulations to our team tennis. They went to Stephenville, were successful 13-6, which solidified the third place spot in the district for team tennis. So I think they're advancing to I think it's the area round. It's either area or regional, but whatever the next round's called. But they had advanced through the district, finishing third behind Gatesville, who won it, and then Lampassas was second, Brownwood was third, and Stephenville was fourth. So congratulations to the tennis team, the team tennis. You know, in the fall it's team tennis, and in the spring it's different. It's doubles and singles. So neat format. So congratulations to Coach Blasek and her crew for advancing to the next round of the playoffs in team tennis. Cross country is in Stephenville today. We'll have that report, of course, and I'll be able to get that to you on Monday. But our girls have been doing a great job. Been successful the last two meets and winning those meets. So we'll look for good things happening from them. Our boys are still led by Caleb Nelson and Luke Gray, so expect great expectations from those guys and hopefully get a good report from them today. Thursday, of course, we play our 9th in JV. We'll be at Big Springs. That game's at 5 o'clock, and at 6:30. All those tickets for sub-varsity games, I think they're $3 and $2, can be purchased at the gate. Our combined team will host Llano here at Gordonwood Stadium at 5 o'clock, and again, your tickets can be purchased at the gate for those sub-varsity games on Thursday. And then girls will be off this Friday. Welcome by for them. Time for them to get some rest and recovery and maybe work on the things that are hampering them right now. And, of course, we'll kick off at Gordonwood Stadium at 7 o'clock against the Big Spring Steers.
All right. Also, homecoming reminder, the Queen and King will be crowned at 6:30 before the game. So everybody who wants to see that, make sure y'all get there early. Anything else you want to mention, Coach?
I just want to, again, remind everybody, go get your tickets. Don't wait. Tickets started this morning at 8 o'clock, and by 8:15, 8:20, she'd already sold over 100 and something tickets. So a lot of people are coming in town. There's a lot of reunions for class reunions. I know that I think the 81 state champions are doing their 40th anniversary or 40th reunion. So there's going to be a lot of people from that class in. I think even they're going to sell some overflow tickets to the visitor side, if I'm not mistaken. So don't put it off. Go in and get your tickets. Again, 8 to 12, 1 to 4, Wednesday and Thursday, and then 8 to 12 on Friday. You can still pick those tickets up.
All right. Anything else, Coach?
I just thank those that make the show possible. Of course, Auto Glass Magic, Brenner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howard Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Heartland Funeral Home, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Tees.
All right. We'll be back Monday to review the Big Spring game, to look ahead to a Thursday game at San Angelo Lakeview here on KOXE, KOXE.com, the KOXE app, and the KOXE Facebook pages.
You bet. Have a great day, Brownwood.